Ladies and gentlemen, Sony once had a VR studio that apparently they worked 5 years to make the studio and then they shut it down out of nowhere. And people didn't really know why the studio got shut down. And there's a new report just going to tell us about it. Now, I'm very interested in this because I recently got a VR headset and I've been having a lot of fun with it to the point where I was like, hey, I might even buy the PSVR because I've never played Resident Evil 7 in VR. And that's like, come on, Resident Evil 7, I love that game so much. And I'm like, how is it not in VR, like PC VR? Because it's all like the VR version is exclusive to the PlayStation 4. And that stinks. But, so I want to know more about Sony's VR endeavors in case, is the PSVR a good investment? Well, it's not a good investment right now because the next PSVR is going to come out, I don't know, this year, next year, like somewhere in that time frame, and I'd rather wait for the better one than I'll just shut up now and just jump to the article. Okay. New report reveals why PlayStation shuttered its AAA VR studio. The studio was closed by Sony in February of 2020. And a new report has shed further light on the decisions taken by Sony to close its AAA VR studio, Sony Manchester, 5 years after its creation. According to a report published by Polygon, the studio's closure back in 2020 came off the back of a restructure in key positions of Sony's hierarchy that triggered a review of the company's portfolio. Following the appointment of Herman Hulst, sorry if I messed up your name, as PlayStation new head of worldwide studios, and Shuhei Yoshida's transition into a new position as head of independent developer initiatives, Sony's Manchester-based studio reportedly found itself under more scrutiny to show progress with its work before being closed shortly afterwards. So they weren't doing anything? Founded almost 5 years prior, Sony Manchester started out as a small development studio poised to create Sony's next big entry into the VR space. That did not happen. Despite the studio's secretive development processes and lack of published titles, sources revealed to Polygon that Sony Manchester had been working on a helicopter-based VR title named CSAR Combat Search and Rescue. Within the game, players would find around a map rescuing people from the cockpit of their helicopter whilst gunning down enemies that posed a threat to their mission. Within the cockpit, players would be joined by a co-pilot as they flew between different locales and central base in the form of an aircraft carrier, which would double up as a mission select hub. But that game never came to be, so Sony's Manchester's progress on the title was reportedly hindered by a number of aspects. Issues on the game varied from concerns around its art style to gameplay factors based on how the title's combat and rescue missions would actually work. Multiple former employees told Polygon that a number of the issues surrounding progress on the title were tied to higher-ups within the project. Overseeing the project was then Vice President of Sony Worldwide Studios, Eric Matthews, who was also a co-founder of Bitmap Brothers, and Sony Research Director Mark Green. The acting co-lead designers were based 200 miles away in London and would apparently visit the studio roughly once per week. Holy shit, dude! 200 miles once a week? Back and forth? I mean, I'm sure they used the train or maybe they flew. I don't know. Oh my god. That's insane. So the former employees pointed to their pair's apparent micromanagement approach to the project, which some staff felt bottlenecked its development. Matthews and Green are also said to have taken a particularly hands-on approach during their weekly visits to the studio, during which they would allegedly alter a range of factors on the project and encourage programmers to leave certain elements of the title exposed for further tweaking at a later date, slowing down development repeatedly. A former employee spoke to Polygon about the problems they felt the studio faced. Communication was an issue, said the staff member. Eric and Mark were not open to it at all. People tried to offer small ideas on how to do the tasks they had on their plates, but they often got rejected. Yeah, that sucks, dude. When you're coding something and you know how it should be. You're the one coding it, for God's sakes. You have a pretty good idea of how you should code it, and then you get your boss and he's like, no, I want it this way. I don't care if it's more work or less efficient. Just do it this way. Yeah. Unless it was done exactly how they wanted. We had a producer that she couldn't really do her job as they didn't like any detailed plans. I'm sure that this infinite tweaking and
iteration worked fine for the Bitmap Brothers games in the 80s, but it was a bit out of place here. New enemy types would take months, and we're talking blocky tanks. Okay, it was all just a pre-production concept. It was just a gray box for years. After a number of staffing changes within the VR studio, Matthews and Green moved its design team to London in the hopes to try and speed up progress on the title. Despite the team allegedly making some late progress on the title, Sony announced in February of 2020 that it was closing Sony Manchester. Since then, a number of its members have moved on to work for other studios in the northwest region of England. And lastly, in other Sony news, we recently reported that Epic Games offered Sony a fee in the region of $200 million to bring first-party PlayStation titles onto PC. Bloodborne! The documents unearthed in a legal battle between Epic Games and Apple noted that the Fortnite developers' offer was made to get Sony to put at least 4 first-party games to PC. Bloodborne! Oh my god. Well, this is unfortunate because VR is a lot of fun and it's just taking off, and it's really sad when this kind of shit happens. But a lot of people are developing for VR, so this is sad, but it's not a major hit to VR in general. But yeah, I was curious about this because I'm getting to VR and I wanted to know more about, so Sony's not going to make any AAA VR games? Come on, Sony. Dude, the way Sony makes games and how just the products they deliver, the quality is insane. And is there a AAA VR game? I don't think there is, and I would have really liked to see Sony pull it off. Though this game didn't really seem like a AAA game. It's a helicopter where you save people, but I don't know. I don't know. I know jack shit. And with that being said, for those of you who are watching, wherever you may be in this world, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good night.